What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Underrated Guns of Call of Duty, and today we're going to take a look at my personal favorite game of the Call of Duty franchise, Modern Warfare 2, the game that started it all. And by started it all, I mean it didn't really start it. I mean, it kind of did. It was in the fact like the first really like big step upwards from the older games like CoD 4 and World at War. Were pretty basic in terms of what we see now, and so this game really stepped it up in terms of kill streaks and a lot of other things to go around with the game. But anyways, that's not what we're here to talk about. We're talking about underrated guns, and obviously today we're going to look at the L86 light machine gun. My reasoning behind this is because, well, I really rarely ever saw anyone use this thing. I mean, I think there are a couple of reasons for that. Obviously, the default class that this gun was featured in, it had this gun obviously with a red dot sight and the AT-4 rocket launcher and danger close, so no stopping power. So that detracted a lot from this beautiful, beautiful gun. And by beautiful, I mean completely hideous. I mean, look at those iron sights. Back then, when stopping power existed, if you didn't have it, there was a distinct disadvantage of not having it to someone who did. So combine that with this gun's kind of tricky recoil, I just think that left a bad taste in a lot of people's mouths. I mean, the only thing I reused it for, besides booster hunting, I mean, the SITREP Pro helped like find, you know, tactical insurgents and stuff, and AT-4 and Semtex with danger close was good at destroying them. The only other reason to use it was to take down kill streaks. And I think a lot of people can agree with that. If you didn't have a Stinger class or anything to take down aircrafts with your own custom classes, then this was obviously the one to go to try and do that. Now I'm talking with a lot of personal experience here, because let me tell you, I used it a lot when people would get those Pavlos and the Harriers and the Chopper Gunners all at the same time, man. When I was using that class, I obviously had to use the primary weapon to kill anybody who was, you know, gonna come up and try to kill me. If you make your own class with this stupid ugly thing, then you can start doing something a little more productive. Personally, I don't think the iron sights are too bad to use, even though they're pretty ugly, but that really doesn't matter as long as you can see through it and shoot people with it, and things are looking pretty good for you. So a grip or silencer is the way that I like to take it. Now for me, sleight of hand is the only first perk to go with for this guy here. Scavenger, no, you don't need that many rounds. And sleight of hand pro makes your aiming a little bit more snappy with this stupid slow gun in the first place, so that way you're gonna have a big advantage there. With that sleight of hand pro, it's got more of that assault rifle feel to it, being quick and snappy. Obviously it isn't going to compare to the AUG, which is sort of the golden standard LMG assault rifle hybrid in my eyes, but I mean, it's close. The L86 is trying. Don't blame it. Don't body shame, okay? I already did that, so you don't need to do it again. Another option, if you're really sadistic, you can put on a thermal sight, and this is just terrible. I would not recommend doing this because people are going to hate you. A lot of people are already going to hate you anyways for using a gun like this and doing well. So if you want to stay clear of that Modern Warfare 3 Black Ops 2 thermal sight, fake hacks, aimbot, no recoil at all, stupid bullshit, don't go for the thermal sight. Just don't do it. Don't be that guy. Another reason I think the L86 loses out to a lot of its companions in the LMG category, specifically the RPD, is because the RPD is featured in multiple other games, such as CoD 4. It's a beloved gun in that game as well, also being very viable in Modern Warfare 2. When this gun just hasn't had a lot of exposure at this point. It comes back in Modern Warfare 3. It's also in a few Battlefield games, but those games usually feature its assault rifle counterpart, the L85. So those are obviously a little more run and gun style. But I don't know. For me, it's just something special about guns that people don't like. I'm like the ugly duckling. I like the odd one out, because maybe in a way I am the odd one out. We're getting deep here, guys. We're getting deep. Despite all of that, I still much prefer the RPD. And that wraps up this episode of Underrated Guns of Call of Duty. This game was a little more difficult. Most of the guns are pretty viable, and it has a pretty widespread audience, other than the UMP and the intervention. So tune in next time when we cover Black Ops 1 and see what kind of underrated guns that game has for us. I know they also have a lot of overpowered weapons, such as the, AK-74U, FAMAS, L86, you name it. Anyways, thank you for watching, and I will see you later.